Now at 10, the sky's the limit for aviation students in Miami thanks to grant funding. Plus, McDonald County Schools celebrate new classrooms with ribbon-cutting ceremonies. And McDonald County Schools also welcomes the return of the Freshman Academy.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Severe storms rolling throughout our area in the 4 states. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we had some pretty intense storms roll through over the past several hours. We had one cell that produced winds 80 to about 82 miles per hour through Cherokee, Ottawa, Newton, into McDonald County. Quite a bit of damage from some minor structures, a lot of trees, some power lines down. So if you have any good pictures, you can send them to the KOAM Facebook page and we'll check them out. Still severe thunderstorm warnings in Benton County. This watch expires in about 45 minutes, and I think, well, about 55 minutes, but I do think it should be allowed to expire. We still have thunderstorms developing behind it, but you can see the biggest batch now is in our southern counties. Now, behind this, we are going to have additional showers and thunderstorms picking up, but I think they're going to be moderate to strong storms and not a whole bunch of severe weather. Still severe weather ongoing in Benton County, but once you get up toward Table Rock, thunderstorms start to lighten up a little bit, and then we just have periods of showers once you go through the metro. Of course, we're going to be talking about more storms tonight and your weekend forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thanks. Students in Miami High School will benefit from funding towards their aerospace engineering program. The Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics invested a total of $2 million into supporting the education of future pilots and engineers. Miami High School received $9,000 and will use it for school trips and the purchase of drones and other lab materials so students can gain hands-on experience with aviation.
Provides for opportunities to purchase the flight simulators, all the materials that are needed for the lab projects, provides for opportunities for the kids to go on to some of these field trips to industries, to museums, symposiums and things that are on aviation.
Bland hopes this will inspire the future generation of engineers and pilots in Miami. The McDonald County School District today showed off new facilities at Southwest City Elementary. They hosted a ribbon cutting for 2 new classrooms and new bathrooms. Funding for the renovations comes from a $21.5 million bond issue passed by voters in 2022. Officials say it will help with space constraints.
I mean, we're excited. I mean, this is just, like I say, when we built our storm shelter to make budget, we'd had to cut a classroom off to be able to do that. So being able to give this classroom to Southwest City, it's been a long time coming. It's probably been close to a decade, when we did that. And so it's just really exciting to have this room here for them and for them to continue to grow and have nice building.
The timing of these additions is ideal as the new school year begins this coming Monday. McDonald County Schools are also excited to announce the return of the Freshman Academy. The program brings students across the district to equip them with the tools and knowledge they need in order to confidently navigate the transition to high school. Students get the opportunity to familiarize themselves with their teachers and their classes.
But through the day, they go through an abbreviated high school day. They get their schedule. They go to each period for just a short amount of time, get to hear a little bit from their teachers. They're going to do some fun activities in there for the short time they have them.
The district is expecting around 200 freshmen to attend this year's event. McDonald County School District hosted a back-to-school bash ahead of classes beginning. The event featured plenty of fun and games, including a bouncy house, giant games, checkers, and Connect 4, among others, and plenty of good eats. Officials say it's a great way to give the kids one last taste of summer before it's time to buckle down and study.
It's a celebration of us coming back to school. We give away backpacks, we've got drawings, we have several members from the community come and show their support for our school and hand out goodies. Our kids come, so the teachers get to meet them and run around with them, so it's a lot of fun.
McDonald County heads back to school on Monday, beginning their first year of a 4-day school week. According to the Pew Research Center, 72% of high school teachers consider cell phones in schools as problematic. Some states and school districts across the country outright ban the use of cell phones in school. As the school year begins, we want to help parents and students know what their school's policy is when it comes to cell phone usage.
Overall, though, the policies are pretty well aligned with the understanding that we do not want devices being a distraction in the classroom. So anything we can do to help student engagement in the classroom and minimize those distractions, that's our overall goal as a district. We have different levels of consequences. The first time a student's caught with their cell phone, it's just very simple that it could just be a very simple reminder, hey, put it away, we don't allow it. If the students continue to break that, then the teacher will take the phone and they might keep it on their desk till the end of that hour, and then the kid gets it back. If it's a repeat offense, then the cell phone gets brought to the office and the kid can come and get it back at the end of the day.
We'll have even more information on school cell phone policies in our area schools tomorrow during our weekend newscast. Coming up, authorities file charges against a Missouri woman in a plot to steal Graceland. And the war of words heats up between two of Oklahoma's top educators.
The interview.
Whole family.
A federal grand jury in Kansas City indicts 18 members and associates of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. Two of the indicted are from Joplin, Robert Miller and Brandon Hodge. The operation, which led to the 5-count indictment, stems from a series of armed assaults against members of rival motorcycle clubs. More than a dozen law enforcement agencies were involved in the operation that also resulted in the seizure of more than 40 firearms, thousands of rounds of ammunition, body armor, and a marijuana grow operation. The indictment alleges a series of assaults were committed as part of Pagan's racketeering enterprise. The operation has already resulted in 15 arrests along with the execution of 7 search warrants. The Justice Department has filed charges against a Missouri woman for allegedly trying to take ownership of Graceland, the legendary home of Elvis Presley, and steal millions of dollars from the Presley family. 52-year-old Lisa Finley was arrested this morning accused of mail fraud and aggravated identity theft. According to court documents, Finley pretended to be with a fictitious private lending company that claimed it loaned Presley's late daughter Lisa Marie Presley nearly $4 million. Prosecutors say no such loan was ever made. Today also marks the 47th anniversary of Elvis's death. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, a fiery rivalry among top officials in the education system has culminated in a lawsuit. The Bixby Public Schools superintendent is suing the state superintendent for defamation over comments he made last month. Brody Myers has the latest from his attorney.
Michael Barkent, the attorney representing Rob Miller, said enough's enough.
There just simply comes a time when you're falsely and maliciously attacked, such as he was by Ryan Walters recently, that you have to stand up for your character and your reputation.
This is all in relation to Title I funding for Bixby Public Schools. Miller claims BPS never got estimates from the state on their share of the money, preventing the district, Miller says, from making critical hires before the school year. When 2 News anchor Sharon Phillips asked Walters to respond, this is what he said.
Yeah, he's a liar. I mean, he's really a true embarrassment. He knows every year when he gets Title I funds in, we're dealing with all kinds of financial problems with his district that we're having to address right now. So, you know, Rob's a clown and a liar, and so he knows that. So it's an embarrassment, but we're going to continue to make sure that that district is functioning.
Those comments have now landed him a lawsuit, just filed in Tulsa County. We obtained the petition. It lays out Miller's career in the military and his career in public schools. It accuses Walters of lying, defaming, and putting Miller in a negative light. The petition says the comments have hurt Miller's character.
What has he faced?
Mr. Walters' comments and lies about Mr. Miller have gone viral, not only statewide, but nationwide and even worldwide.
The back and forth between Walters and Miller has turned political, with Walters making comments like this.
He knows that's a lie, but he's going to keep saying it anyway.
And Miller taking to Twitter, applauding GOP members who, quote, speak out about the dysfunction at OKSDE. In a statement to 2 News, a spokesperson for Superintendent Walters said, quote, "No one is surprised that Miller would abuse the legal system by filing a frivolous lawsuit after trying for days to defame Superintendent Walters in the media." Still, Barquette insists Miller is not out for personal or political gain.
You have a right in this country to a jury trial, and when you've been defamed and your character has been maligned maliciously with false statements, you have a right to exercise the court system to protect your character.
Walters' spokesperson went on to say the suit is, quote, "a political stunt by a man with a vendetta, not a legal case." Bixby starts school on the 20th. Barquette says this won't be a distraction.
He's dedicated his life to kids and teachers and parents in his school district. That's his number one priority. But he's not going to stand by and be bullied.
The lawsuit seeks $75,000 in damages from Walters. It also reserves the right to add additional causes of action. A little later, a new school season means a new softball tournament. John Dales has that story and more coming up in sport.
Plus, the bigger storms are out of here, but more thunderstorms for us tonight. Details coming up. A little bit of a wild night for us tonight with showers and thunderstorms, severe weather. Of course, we can get severe weather any time of the year. A little bit atypical for the month of August, but intense storms. We did get quite a bit of storm damage across parts of Cherokee County, Ottawa County, Newton County, McDonald County. And this was mainly for one cell that was producing winds kind of 80 upwards to 82 miles per hour. If you do get any good pictures, send them on to the KOAM Facebook page so we can kind of sift through them. Now, the biggest storms are out of here, but we're still going to have showers and thunderstorms for us tonight. Still a severe thunderstorm watch till 11, Oklahoma down into northwest Arkansas. And that's our only warning left, southern parts of Benton County, as all these bigger storms are now pushing down into northwestern Arkansas. Now, behind it, you can see redevelopment, but I think these are going to be sub-severe. So let's say moderate to strong thunderstorms. It's still a loud night, but these bigger storms are pretty much out of here. You can see from Joplin South, Pineville to Bentonville. Let's zoom in. So still from Beaver Lake up to Table Rock Lake, getting showers and thunderstorms. Clearing out once you get down or over toward Grand Lake. Let's go up into Lebec County. Strong storm just below severe limits right through Parsons. And again, even though most of the severe weather is over, we could still, like a cell like this, we could still get a severe thunderstorm warning or two as we go through the night. Main threat would be gusty winds and large hail. These aren't really tornado makers. All right, and then once you head up toward Yates Center and Eureka, another pretty good cell, which has been developing. All right, let me take you through the night. Here's in about an hour, scattered showers and thunderstorms washed with redevelopment across southeastern Kansas. So hit and miss. But again, we could get some pretty strong storms. Let's go to about 2 o'clock in the morning. Hit and miss scattered thunderstorms. So very similar to what we are seeing right now. Thunderstorms, periods of storms continue. Here's 3:30 in the morning. Let me take you to 5 a.m. Most of them along and south of I-44. Here's 7:30 in the morning. So we're going to start the day and it will be a little bit wet, especially the ground. And then we'll start to dry out as we go through the day. All right, additional rainfall tonight. We got to see where those heavier storms really kind of line up. But a lot of areas will pick up 1/10, 2/10, 1/4 of an inch. Some of those heavier storms maybe upwards to an additional 1/2 inch of rain with these showers and thunderstorms working out of here. All right, lower 70s to start by noon, upper 80s. We should go 92, 93, 94 tomorrow afternoon, but the humidity is going to be lower, which makes it just feel a little bit better. All right, so for the weekend, let's go 94 on Saturday, 91 on Sunday. A few isolated thunderstorms popping up again Sunday afternoon. And I do think Sunday night we're going to get a batch of showers and thunderstorms. So most of Saturday looks good. Mild night tomorrow night. Pop-up random thunderstorms late in the day on Sunday. Let's go down the road just a little bit. So we are behind this system, so that's why we're getting some showers and a little bit cooler. But let me take you through next week. Watch this big area of high pressure start to build back in. And as it does so, that means we dry out and start to heat up just a little bit by late next week. 94 tomorrow, 91 Sunday, but only 87. 87 is pretty good. On Monday, and Tuesday lows into the mid 60s, and then we slowly creep up through the 90s next week, but no extreme heat, which is good news.
Storms kind of threw us for a spin there.
Yeah, those are pretty good ones tonight.
Yeah. And to add on to that, we just got to report 31,000 without power in Benton County right now.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, best of luck to them out there. So, all right, thanks, Doug. The Missouri Department of Conservation wants Walter Woods visitors to share some information about the park. The MDC wants to know how patrons use this popular area located on the southeastern edge of Joplin, but to ask questions about the mining remediation work coming up in 2025. Interested parties who want to weigh in can head over to KOAMnewsnow.com, where we've provided a link to the survey. The Joplin Police Department hosted a neighborhood block party at Parr Hill Park today. Free food and drinks were available for community members in attendance. They were also able to get up close and look at different city utility vehicles.
Well, what we have tonight is we've got several different entities, especially entities around the city that work for the city. So we've got the parks here, we've got emergency communications, we've got obviously the police department here with a number of vehicles. It's going to be a touch-a-truck event to where kids and families can get up close with the vehicles and talk to those that work in them and around them every day.
People that went to this evening's event were given complimentary hot dogs as well as refreshments from Starbucks. Still ahead, Quapaw and Grove softball square off in an early season matchup, and our 2024 high school football season previews continue with McDonald County. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
College.
Week 1 of high school football practices in Missouri concludes today. Now, the McDonald County Mustangs are coming off an historic playoff run in 2023. They try to carry that momentum from last November into the start of this season. McDonald County football hits the practice field early this evening. The Mustangs are coming off their first district championship in program history, as well as their first state quarterfinal appearance in 2023. Now, this year's team will look a little bit different, but is putting in the work to get ready for week 1.
We've got a lot of new faces, a lot of guys that haven't stepped on the field on Friday nights, and it's going to be fast, and we need our leaders, the guys who have been around, we need them to kind of step up and lead those guys into, especially week 1.
I think we just have a bunch of new faces, that want to do better and get farther than we did last year, and we're kind of getting after each other, and I think that's what's really pushing us to want to get farther.
We lost some guys, but I think we can replace them, improving, getting better every day. Some younger guys, get them better, get them fit in and everything. I think we'll be as good.
High school softball doesn't take much of a break in Oklahoma. After slow pitch season during the spring, teams play fast pitch in the fall, and a couple of our local schools play in a tournament this week before their first official day of school. Quapaw hosting Grove this morning for an early high school softball matchup. We begin in the first inning. Grove gets on the board first. Tori Gonzalez hits a sharp ground ball that bounces off the infielders. That scores a pair of runs. Grove takes a 2-0 lead in the first inning. They're not done. Later in that frame, Grove up 3-0. Allie Dalton sends this one into the gap. That rolls all the way to the fence. That results in a 2-run double. Ridge Runners add to their lead. It's 5-0 now. We go to the second. Quapaw gets a nice defensive play from their shortstop, Talon Morgan. Check out this throw over to first in time to get the out. Wildcats are out of the inning. In the circle, Tori Gonzalez on her game. She allows just one hit, no earned runs, and Grove handles business the rest of the way. Ridge Runners beat Quapaw 9-0. The 2024 collegiate soccer season is just a few weeks away from beginning. This year will be the first time we have 2 local teams in the MIAA, and the conference today releases its 2024 preseason coaches poll. Pittsburgh State enters its inaugural season with the number 11 ranking in the preseason poll. Missouri Southern picked to finish 13th after going winless in 2023. Washburn's the top team in the poll. The Ichabods received 9 first-place votes. The Gorillas and Lions officially begin their 2024 season on September 5th and 6th, respectively. Pittsburgh State Athletics unveils its alternate blackout football uniforms at its 2024 kickoff party tonight. The Gorillas will wear these threads for their 2024 season opener against third-ranked Ferris State on August 31st. A lot of fans looking forward to that game. A lot of just D2 football fans across the country. That's a game they have circled because it's 2 top 10 teams. You don't see a lot of that.
Absolutely. And if they weren't intimidating enough, those football uniforms are going to make them more. Awesome. Thanks, John. Back with more news after this.
Kansas to salute Warren Davis, a 4-state hero.
Area pooches were able to swim at Joplin's Cunningham Aquatic Center this evening. With the end of summer approaching, the pool opens its gates to let community pups get the chance to cool off and meet other furry friends while doing so.
I'd say it's less important for the dog on dog, even though that is great. But all these dogs act really well together. Most of them are probably from the dog park, so they already know each other. But I really like he can get in the water. There's not a lot of places dogs can go swimming with clean, safe water. So the fact that the city does this every year when the pools go to close, great.
The price of admission was $6 per dog, but humans were able to get in for no charge. It's a good thing they did that before the rain came in today.
Yeah, and I'm sure the pooches enjoyed that. I don't know if I would want to be the one who cleans the filters.
Yeah,
probably
true.
not.
Save for the last day for a reason.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. But yeah, we had some big time storms roll through this evening. A lot of people with trees down, some minor structures, and also some power lines. So be careful if you are going to be out there. But still, hit and miss storms lasting through the night. I think most of our severe weather is over. We could see 1 or 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, but kind of a loud night. 94 tomorrow, 91 on Sunday with some more pop-up storms.
And a final sports note for us.
Those storms making an impact on local sports too. That high school softball tournament that we talked about, that's canceled tomorrow because of down power lines and light on the field in Quapaw.
All right. Well, hopefully they can get recovered and get back on the field soon. Thanks for watching. That's all for us tonight. Have a great night.
Closed captioning